Thank you so much for an opportunity to address this esteemed audience. It's a great pleasure and honor for me to join you today at the Leadership Conference of the Washington Group. There is no doubt that the Washington Group is one of the most active and dynamic organizations in the United States. It has proved to be an efficient network of the Ukrainian American and other professionals whose contribution to the progress of Ukraine-US relations is highly appreciated. On behalf of the Embassy of Ukraine and on my own behalf, I would like to express my most sincere gratitude to the Washington Group for its devoted efforts in bringing Ukrainian and American peoples closer to each other through implementation of concrete projects in social, economic, cultural, and political fields. Today's leadership conference of the Washington Group is taking place in a very important period of time. 4 days ago in Washington, D.C., the third session of Ukraine-US Strategic Partnership Commission took place at the level of Foreign Minister of Ukraine Konstantin Hrishchenko and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. This session was an unprecedented one in terms of the extent of the Ukrainian official representation. The delegation of Ukraine included First Deputy Head of the Presidential Administration, Justice Minister, Minister of Energy, Deputy Minister of Economy, Deputy Minister of Environment, of Defense, and other state institutions. The fact that so many high-ranking officials joined the session of the Strategic Partnership Commission was a clear message of Ukraine's commitment to further deepen and broaden the relationship between our two countries. This session brought about a lot of tangible results, but let me focus on some key points. First, the Commission meeting proved once again that Ukraine and the United States are committed to further develop a strategic partnership between each other. Our partnership covers an extended agenda that includes nuclear security and non-proliferation, issues of democracy and the rule of law in Ukraine, energy security, economic and investment cooperation, collaboration in the fields of science, space, and technology, as well as on regional and global issues such as resolving frozen conflicts, combating terrorism, dealing with cyber threats, climate changes, and pandemic diseases. Second, the session reconfirmed that Ukraine and the US share the same values and pursue the same goals. One of which is a Ukraine that is more secure, prosperous, and democratic. During the session, the Ukrainian delegation reconfirmed commitments of Ukraine to strengthen democracy, the rule of law, freedom of speech and media, as well as to undertake comprehensive transformations in all fields. And we are thankful to the United States for its readiness to assist with Ukraine's political, economic, institutional, and legal defense and security reforms. Some very important bilateral documents were signed during the session, among which Memorandum of Understanding on Exploration of Unconventional Gas in Ukraine. By signing this memorandum, Ukraine became the first country in Europe and the fourth one in the world after China, India, and Jordan that formally joined the U.S. Global Initiative on Shale Gas, announced in August 2010. My overall assessment is that the third session of the Strategic Partnership Commission was very fruitful and gave a strong impetus to further progress in Ukraine-US relations. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to make some comments on the issues of current reality and prospects of Ukraine, a key topic of today's morning session. For the first time in the 20 years period of independence, Ukraine has started an enhanced modernization process. The aim of this process is to strengthen Ukraine as a democratic, prosperous European state. And the reforms are dedicated to the strategic goal of Ukraine to become a full-fledged member of the European Union. We fully understand that to reach this goal, Ukraine should not only meet economic and social standards, but also strengthen European values and principles such as democracy, rule of law, freedom of media and speech, etc. The President and the government of Ukraine took full responsibility to conduct necessary modernization process in line with Ukraine's European integration aspirations. We are fully committed to adhere to democracy and fundamental freedoms. Ukraine will never slide away from the democratic path. We have reached a point of no return in this regard. Just recently, President Yanukovych spoke of 21 directions of Ukraine's social and economic life on which the nation undergoes or is about to undergo a deep, far-reaching transformations. Social, administrative, territorial administrative, judiciary, military, pension, education, financial, healthcare, law enforcement and other reforms are already on the way of getting started. As former ambassador to Poland, I would like to give you one example. At the beginning of the 90s, when Ukraine became independent, the economic situation in Ukraine and in Poland was almost the same. I cannot say whether it was better in Ukraine or in Poland. But during the first 10 years after that time, Poland made really very important reforms, including economic reform, so-called reform of shock therapy of Balcerovich, and reform of local self-government. And as a result of that, as a result of reforms, today the GDP of Poland is 3 times more than GDP of Ukraine, taking into consideration that Poland has 38 million population and Ukraine has something like 47, I would say. So by this example, I would like to point out how it was important to perform reforms, in this case for Poland, and what are the results today.